So are you a high performer, a high achiever, and sometimes feel like you're still not fulfilled? Here's the thing, it's obviously not because you lack ambition or lack care or interest. Oftentimes it's because we don't realize that we have a bandwidth. There's a capacity. And the things that we value oftentimes are much bigger. They are much broader than our individual bandwidth and capacity. So I realized for me what worked is that I do an audit, right? So there's a 5-finger system that I use. There's 5 pillars, I should say, that allows me to do an audit on the things that are important to me. And what is an audit? An audit is a systematic evaluation of the conditions, the performances, the quality of those particular areas. And I found that for humans, we pretty much all share the same interests in a way, right? They typically fall within 5 categories. So here's the categories that I use to evaluate my life performances, right? And the conditions and the quality. Number 1, that's health. Health, that encompasses your spiritual, emotional, and personal, mental health, okay? And then there's number 2, that is your career, the impact, your visibility, your income. Are you satisfied? Your skills, things that you need to drive and be impactful within your career. Even if you're an entrepreneur, you spend most of your time there. All right. Number 3, we have relationships. That is your children. That's with your spouse. That's your family in general, your social dynamics. All those things are super important. Then we have number 4, that is your financial infrastructure. That is evaluating your debt, your savings, your investments, your assets. Okay. How healthy are those areas? Number 5, we have personal growth and expansion. Those are your likes, your interests, your hobbies, things that contribute to your personal identity. All right. So those are 5 areas that I recommend each person use to evaluate whether or not they are allocating their time effectively. There is no possible way for you to evenly allocate your time and attention to all areas because not all areas are going to require that same amount of attention from you. Each season is different. So you may have to pivot every season to see which ones are being over invested in, which ones require more attention, which ones have been neglected, right? Under invested. And I realized for myself, and I'm like, I'm like doing all this. What is it inside of me? Why do I feel unfulfilled? And I noticed quickly it was because certain areas that I found value in that were equally as valuable as other areas weren't getting the attention that they needed for that particular season. So I have learned to pivot. All right. So remember, you are one resource. You have a bandwidth, you have a capacity, and the things that are likely important to you are far exceed your individual capacity. So you will have to pivot. And the best way to assess that is to measure the quality. And that is through a life audit. All right. So make sure you understand that you can create the fulfillment that you need. You can create the happiness that you require. And you can do that by assessing